And we are back. So, let's pick up right where we left off as Monsieur Bonneau decided he was going to pull a fast one on Mr. McCready after the wine debacle that happened oh so long ago.
Who's the horse fucker now?
And yes, and apparently the slurs that he overhears that he just pretends not to. So as soon as he uncorked Seamus's ale, his fine Dawi ale, he paid a decent sum for, I might add, is leaking out. And as Bragdine was not taking his watch, some foul rat creatures had snuck very, very close to camp. And we're going to pick up right there. So, as this happens, Bragdine begins shouting like a crazy man. And as he does, Bragdine, the rest of the camp begins to sit up and stir. And you don't really see the creatures because they're enshadowed. But suddenly you hear, flee, flee! And they begin to scatter into the darkness nearby. You hear a of bolts, crossbows being discharged into the darkness. And you hear a little squealing noise at some point. But that's about it. What would you like to do, Bragdine?
So I've already shouted and screamed. Like,
Ratman, shout and scream, and the rest of the dwarves are up, and they're gathering their shit, and like everybody's strapping their armor on and running around at this point. I'm assuming Seamus, you bolt awake at some point. Same thing with you as well, Marius.
Yeah.
Over there was not one, not two, but three sets of their dreaded red eyes. I shouted out and I heard them say, I think they, scree or pre, I don't know, I could not hear it. It was so terrifying. And then they disappeared into the darkness. I believe it might have been one of the dwarven, would you say, rangers. I heard a crossbow, and then I heard a squeal of pain. But
And
right over there in the darkness, straight in that direction.
yeah, it's at this point that one of the rangers actually steps out of the shadow itself. And everybody kind of flinches back for a second, thinking it's going to be a Skaven. But he has a bolt in his hand, and he's currently wiping it on his cloak. And there's thick black blood he's wiping across his cloak as he approaches Clarac and begins whispering to him in Khazalid. So you would not understand it, unfortunately, Bragdine. But Clarac looks at the three of you. It's alright, boys, it's alright. Just a few of the scraps. Looking for a quick meal, apparently. Coral took care of them. Appreciate you, Manling, for staying up, getting us alert. We should,
It was my pleasure to be on duty and be ever vigilant.
Of course. We should probably do this in pairs or some sort from here on. Did not realize that Thagaraki were becoming so thick in these days. Coral says there's remnants, there's many droppings nearby. Filthy creatures.
Good job, Bragdine. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Is it still safe for us to sleep here, or?
Coral says we scared him away. It'll be fine.
Good.
And it's at this point, Seamus, that you're standing and you've got your thunderer at the ready, and you start to smell something, Seamus. It smells like ale, and it is soaking your boots coming out of your pack.
I assume I check it.
Yeah, you check
See,
it.
it's probably empty.
Yeah, it's not empty. It's getting close, though. The cork is missing. The stopper for the keg is gone.
Pick up the keg and I throw it.
You throw it?
In anger. Throw it in anger.
Okay. You pick up the keg and you where do you throw it? Where do you throw it at?
Just a random direction.
Okay. You just pick it up and you toss it. And I'm assuming you're not throwing it at someone's tent. So you just toss it and it as it shatters, some of the dwarves just look at you. What have you done?
Tastes like piss.
Oh, shit.
Cleric immediately locks eyes with you. I thought you were a dwarf friend. How dare you waste the ale?
Not now, cleric. I'm not in the mood.
You better get in the mood. Seamus, what have you done?
I will. Are we in tents, or are we just like sleeping out in the open?
You have tents set up.
I will go back into my tent.
You move to go back into your tent, and Cleric is at this point, Marius, you can see that the dwarf is turning bright red. And if this was a cartoon, there'd be steam coming out of his ears. He is beyond infuriated at the disrespect that Seamus has shown towards the ale. You know how sacred it is.
Yes.
And he's currently wringing his hands together, Marius.
Marius is looking at all of this in bewilderment and some understanding of, like, if anyone can mess this up, it'd be Seamus.
Of course.
You know? And he's sitting there like, why did he throw that cask? You know?
Yep. Of course.
He'll probably, cleric, please, he must have had a bad dream or something. He just, I don't know, he doesn't need it. He loves it. He drinks it all the time. Probably too much, to be quite honest.
Go ahead and give me a charm roll, Marius. See if you could talk Cleric down.
Do a roll. Oh, I'll re-roll. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
It's for you, Seamus. I rolled a 4 out of 53.
Okay. All right. You roll. Yeah, no, you're fine. So you're talking it over, Cleric, and you see him start to begin to calm down a little bit. Marius, he's your charge. I let this pass due to your friendship, but do not let him cross the oaths again.
I won't. Thank you, Cleric.
Turn around and head back to his tent. And the rest of the dwarves look pissed as well. All of them are kind of looking on. And seeing Cleric turn, some of them begin to return to their tents. But one of the guards is just staring at Seamus's tent. Staring at it.
Is Seamus inside the tent?
Seamus is... I'm assuming... Did you go back to sleep, Seamus?
Yeah, by now I probably got inside of it.
Yep.
Ignoring everybody.
Yeah, he's going back to sleep. He's just ignoring everyone.
Marius pokes his head in his tent.
Mm-hmm.
And just like pops his head in. Seamus, you dumb bastard. And then pops his head back out, you know.
Exactly.
Trying to trying to get everyone to calm their nerves, you know.
Yes. There still is a single dwarf, the same one, still just staring at Seamus's tent. And he currently has one of his axes, and he's got a stone, and he's just sharpening his axe.
I will say, gentlemen, this is not the first time he's done this. I remember when it was the three of us. I had to bottle of fine wine.
Marius walks over to the Raggedy. I'm going to give him a stern look.
Yes.
Raggedy, go back to watch.
Of course, Marius.
Mm-hmm. And Raggedy does so. We'll say the rest of the night goes uneventfully, as we had a big kerfuffle just happen.
Marius, before he goes back to sleep, you know, he says a little prayer to Sigmar, like, "Oh, Sigmar, help, guide me."
Exactly.
I need help here.
It's fantastic. Fantastic.
These bastards are going to get us all killed.
Indeed. They just might. In the morning, they go to break camp again. All the dwarves are gathering their things. And whereas before there was a lot of camaraderie with you and Seamus, and they were even starting to kind of turn towards Bragadine, there is none. No one speaks to Seamus or Marius or Bragadine. They just break camp and begin moving.
Marius is going to be trying to, he'll fill the room, but, try to talk to someone if you can,
Yeah. You make short conversation, but for the most part, everybody besides Cleric is pretty tight-lipped. You can talk to him a little bit, but the most you get out of him is that Cleric basically tells you that we'll honor our oaths, Manling. We Dawi honor our oaths. We see how much they mean to your kind.
Is the troubled man. He does good in the end.
And he'll just turn around, Marius, and keep walking.
Marius is feeling a little glum himself,
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
Such a good time. Such a good time. So, you spend another day walking in this glum atmosphere, in this very run down and fallen tunnel system that you're in, the underway as it is. And I need everyone to make me perception tests once again.
Oh boy.
I got an 8.
All right. Marius?
Marius got a 63 out of 57.
Okay. And how about Bragadine?
Are we, can I use my acute hearing?
Sure.
Okay, in that case, I've got a 57 out of 70, out of 84. So that would be, I think, just 2 levels of success.
Yeah. All right. So, Marius, for the most part, you're busy most of the day trying to repair the friendship you once had with these dwarves. Meanwhile, Seamus has been rather quiet most of the day. Hasn't even bothered to really apologize, apparently. So there's that. But, Seamus, you do once again see more than one set of beady red eyes glaring out at you from just out of your peripheral, off in the distance, out of several side tunnels, and every once in a while you hear a scurrying sound and look behind you and see a shadowy figure ducking behind a rock. Bragadine, you would hear the scurrying feet and the chittering of the foul rat men most of the day, in fact. But no overt moves are made towards your party.
Maybe I'm probably a little jumpy all day, maybe grabbing Seamus.
Yes.
Oh, did you hear that?
Don't touch me.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Seamus. And I slap him on the shoulder, a little pat on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Why were you so grumpy last night? I don't understand. Cannot believe you insulted our host this way.
Nah, it's just ignoring him. Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. And Seamus just trudges on.
And appears your trousers are still slightly damp there. Are you? Is that comfortable? Oh, and your bag smells terrible.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna go walk over next to Marius.
Yes, of course. Walk over by Marius, and and the rest of you keep continuing forward for some time, and then eventually it comes around that time of day where you stop and take a rest. There are no side tunnels, however. This time you're having to take a rest in the main, massive, sprawling underway tunnel, and you manage to make a pseudo shelter underneath a set of fallen statues that have kind of come together and made a bit of an arc for you guys to go underneath and set up your camp. So, are we taking watches?
Marius would do so if one's available.
Of course, of course. Anyone else want to take a watch?
Oh, Marius, I believe the Master Dwarf had a good idea. I will stay up with you.
All right. And
Hey, Will.
Seamus, are you going to take a watch, or are you going to just go to sleep?
Go to sleep.
Okay. Seamus is going to sleep again. All right. In that case, we'll have Bragadine and Marius. Perception checks from the both of you.
Oh boy.
I'm going to use a fortune point.
All right.
Marius rolled a 50 out of 57.
Okay.
21 out of 84.
All right. That's for hearing. All right. Got it.
Just hearing, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, the two of you, as you're taking watch, the mood in camp is just, it's bad. it's abysmal. And after about 20-30 minutes have passed, you specifically, Bragadine, hear the rangers slinking away into the darkness. And then you hear the scurrying of matted furry paws nearby.
Marius, I can hear them again.
Marius, you glance around and you have better vision in the dark than Bragadine does, and you spot a figure. Then you see the red eyes. It's about 60 feet from you into the darkness, Marius.
Do I have a shot with my axe? Can I take it? Can I take the shot?
I mean, it's a pretty far throw, and it is in darkness.
He's a strong guy.
It's true.
I guess I'll probably hold off.
All right. I will
if there's
say
a rock nearby, I might throw a rock.
you could throw a rock. I will say there will be a penalty to this because of him being so obscured.
Yeah.
Pick up a rock.
Yeah, pick up a nice looking stone if there's one bit nearby.
Go ahead and roll me initiative, Marius.
Ooh. Can do. Uh, 13.
Okay, all right. So, Marius, as you're reaching down to pick up a stone, suddenly you hear a and let's see here. Yep. And yep. And yep. And yep. And yep. Okay, so all 6 of these hit. Let's see here. Marius, from behind you, you feel a crack as a stone bounces off the back of your head.
Oh.
And you are going to take...
I do have my helmet on. So
you do have your helmet on. You have your helmet on.
I know it's partial.
It is. And your helmet does protect you. You take 9 wounds.
Total
From that. You can subtract your toughness. Yeah. This is just the first hit.
All right.
Yes. Then you feel another one hit your left shoulder, left arm, for it looks like 8 wounds.
My shoulder, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you feel a third hit you in the back of your right knee for only 6 wounds.
Okay.
Which we are doing. You have. Did you have pants?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that should deal no damage because this isn't like piercing into your body or anything. Because of your armor plus your toughness, so that one shouldn't do any damage. It just kind of glances off. You feel the impact. Bragadine.
Oh yes.
You get hit in the chest for 10 wounds.
Oh no. Is this armor piercing? I have chainmail on.
No, it's not armor piercing. So you can use your chainmail and the anything else you're wearing to mitigate what you can. You also get hit.
I don't think my shield would be up. Yeah.
No, you do not have your shield up. So no, you do not have your shield up right now. So yes, you get hit in the chest. Then you will be hit in your left leg for 6 wounds.
Okay, I'm at 0 wounds right now.
No, you're not.
Well, how minutes does the chain?
You are nowhere near 0, Bragadine. You forgot how to play it, apparently.
I did.
You mitigate.
Pierce Galactic is terrible.
You mitigate the damage with your toughness bonus and the armor you're wearing in that particular area.
I did forget how to play. I'm so.
Your chest should have mitigated a significant amount.
Okay, so 4 wounds for the chest, and then 10 to the left leg.
No, 6 to your leg.
6 to the left leg. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Mitigate that with the armor on your leg plus your toughness bonus, and then you are going to take a third one. It looks like in the same leg. It hits you slightly above where that hit for another 6 wounds.
Okay.
All right, and you should not be anywhere near close to being dodged.
Oh no,
I'm yeah.
Thank you for the lesson.
It's all right. So, after that happens, Marius, you feel the both of you immediately are pelted with rocks, and you do see these are rocks. It's like stones that you were just hammered with. And as that happens, you glance around, Marius, and you can see that there are at least half a dozen or more Skaven that are encircling the camp.
Probably crying out at this point.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Wake up, everyone!
Yeah.
We're being surrounded.
You cry out. As soon as you cry out, Marius, you hear a very similar decree, Mr. Benoit. You hear, "Flee, flee, now, now!" And the figures begin to scatter off into the darkness.
Pesky little things.
Wish they would just attack us so we could kill them. This harassment, it is like, it is a dishonest form of warfare. Very dishonorable.
I agree with you there.
The
Should we
camp
wake
is
the others
roused.
or let them sleep?
Well,
Oh, okay.
I've already yelled, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Everyone is roused awake once again. Seamus, do you wake up or you just stay asleep?
Would I be able to see like movement outside my tent?
Once you're roused,
shadows and
yes.
stuff?
Well, no, they're in the darkness, so you're not seeing much as far as shadows are concerned. They're staying extremely well hidden. I've been rolling for it, and it's been impressive. So yes, you would not see them at all, probably.
Judging by the lack of combat sounds, I probably wouldn't make an appearance.
Okay, all right. So things begin to die down again, and that is that. The rest of the night goes uneventfully, and your watches are over. And more dwarves come out and begin taking watch. This time it looks like they're taking shifts of at least minimum of 2, if not 3. And they're taking them every few hours.
Do we get a rest up?
Yes, you will be allowed to get the rest of your rest, unless you are attempting to pursue the Thagaraki into the tunnels.
Nope.
No, we're not going to fall for that one. Why would we?
No, much.
So,
Let's
go ahead
and
and
get the way.
yeah, the two of you give me endurance checks. Since oh, actually, I need Seamus also to give me one to see if his fever finally subsides.
Endurance.
Yes.
All right. That is a 43 out of 67.
Okay, so yeah, your fever finally breaks, Seamus, and you are, as you inspect yourself in the morning, your festering wound is gone. There's still a bit of a nasty scar where it once was, but the salve that the sisters gave you seems to have worked.
I'll add the scar with all the burns that I have.
Might as well. Put the tally on there. So yes. And what did you guys get, Marius and Bragadine?
Marius's endurance was enough to heal him all the way.
Oh, okay. Then don't worry about it. That's not a big deal. Bragadine?
Yeah, I think my endurance. Well, I rolled a 83, so I feel like should I burn a fortune point? This is just to recover the wounds, right?
Yeah, you will only recover your toughness bonus and wounds since you technically failed it.
Okay.
So,
That's right.
yeah,
Thank you.
that is it. So the next day is upon you. You wake up. Everybody's getting on edge at this point. I am going to need cool tests from Marius and Bragadine. Seamus has been very nonchalant about everything, so he does not need to make one.
All right. Marius rolled a 32 out of 65.
Okay. Marius is keeping it together pretty well. He's not getting super fidgety yet. Let's see how Bragadine does.
He died.
You sure, but no?
Oh, damn mute button.
Yep.
36 out of 54.
Okay, all right. You as well are managing to keep your cool despite the events the past couple nights. And you set off once again to go deeper and deeper into the Kara's Angkor. The tunnels, the lost underway tunnels in between here and apparently Bretonia somewhere. However, this time something happens that's a little bit different. A few hours into your travels, you find a divergence through the main tunnel as the underway has been all but collapsed by what looks like, I don't know, possibly maybe an explosion, or it's just simply fallen into such disrepair and lack of maintenance that the majority of the tunnel looks like it has caved in, and it looks almost impassable. And this is a vast tunnel, so for it all to be caved in is concerning, to say the least. And from this, you see the dwarves are moving to what appears to be another side tunnel that has been, from what looks like, as you get closer and closer, has been excavated, and definitely excavated by dwarves due to the high level of craftsmanship. However, there's something a little bit unusual as you approach. Cleric looks very disturbed, and a few of the rangers come back and begin whispering into his ear. As you begin moving closer, you see a crudely made effigy on each side of this tunnel. And this is a smaller tunnel. This is almost like the tunnel you guys came into to get into the underway. It's very tight. The effigy takes on the appearance of... It looks like it's made from bones and like scraps of wood that have been cinched together, and there's a cloth over it. Upon the cloth, each of these effigies has what looks like an oversized skull, like a really big white skull with large tusks jutting from its mouth, with two gargantuan serrated cleavers crossed behind it. And there is a yellow half moon painted in between the skull's eyes. And there is what looks to be language written upon the cloth. Does anybody wish to inspect?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking at it for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me
getting super close, but
yeah, you begin getting closer. Are the rest of you doing the same?
I assume I can't understand that language.
Okay, but are you going to approach closer with Mary's?
Bragadine will definitely go up there and check it out.
Okay, Bragadine. How close are you going to get, Bragadine?
One step behind Marius.
Okay, in that case, Marius, as you get closer, and you smell literal shit as you get close to the effigies. It's foul and horrible. And you notice that the writing is actually written in shit upon this cloth. There is feces that the writing has been penned with. And there's flies buzzing around these, and it's a horrendous smell, and you instinctively kind of And the Dawi, looking at it, one of the rangers whispers, "That big Choppaz." And Cleric, "Filthy Groby at Urk. Grimdir's balls, can we not get a blasted break on this ancestor-forsaken expedition. These Urk must have taken over the tunnels. We need to travel to make it to the next section. And he begins having a hushed conversation with the other Dawi. Marius, you've spent enough time around dwarves that I think you've earned at this point a basic understanding of the spoken language of MacLeod.
Oh yeah.
So you can add that to your skills, to your
Basic. I will.
It's spoken, not written, and you understand a basic level. Nothing too advanced. And Marius, you would hear that they're essentially deliberating on if they risk trying these tunnels or they look for another way in. One of the rangers, Coral, you see, is advising that they take the tunnels because they don't know of another way. It could take, who knows how long it could take to find another way. And Cleric does not want to take the tunnels. And you hear him referring to these greenskin as the big Choppaz. So yes, that is the name of this greenskin tribe, apparently, that has taken over this piece of the underway.
So I don't understand everything they're saying. Just
not everything. You're getting bits and pieces, and that is what you can glean from their conversation.
Okay. I'd probably wait till they're done talking to ask a question or something.
And they talk for quite some time, but eventually they break apart. And then Cleric approaches you, Marius. Well, manling, unfortunately, we gotta go through these tunnels.
Is it the only way? Asked the dwarf.
Well, Coral seems to think that it would take too long to find an alternate route. But there's going to be groby filth in these tunnels. Keep your eyes out.
Very well. I'll let the boys know. And I'll relay the information to Seamus and Bragdine.
Okay.
Looks like we have greenskins up ahead, lads. You ready?
And the three
I
of
am
you...
ready.
Yeah, exactly. Bragdine's always ready. The three of you begin following the dwarves into the small tunnel. And I'm going to need perception tests from everybody.
Oh boy.
Alright. Ooh, we're going to burn a fortune point.
Marius rolled a 19 out of 57.
Okay.
Seamus got a 47 out of 51.
All right. And Bragdine?
Bragadine got 14 out of 84.
Okay. That's if you're using your hearing, but yes.
Hearing. Just hearing.
Let's see here.
Or I can do 54. We should do sight.
Yeah, it's fine. So, here's what happens. Everyone's on edge going into this tunnel, especially the dwarves. The rangers are sent farther ahead to try to scout as much as they can. And some time passes, at least an hour or two, and this tunnel is just, it seems never ending. The lanterns are doused, not completely put out, but they're on very low light. So you're moving at a slower pace. But after some time, you begin to notice that these tunnels look a little different. though they were excavated and well, appeared to be excavated early on, as you're getting deeper and deeper, the dwarven craftsmanship has faded away, and it looks like the earth is very rough and hewn. Definitely not the same level of artistry that you were used to. And looks like maybe these parts of the tunnels were collapsed at some point and then rebuilt by a far inferior race than the Dawi when it comes to construction. And the tunnel starts going into a maze-like structure, as there are just random holes on the sides. Sometimes above you there's a hole. Sometimes below you you've had to shimmy around holes in the ground. Not knowing how deep they go. Infinite as far as you can tell, as you can't see the bottom. After some time passes, the three of you, all of you in fact, do hear drums in the distance. You're not sure how far or exactly where, but you all hear them as they kind of echo around you. The dwarves are looking extremely nervous at this point. Everybody's sweating and clutching their weapons. I'm going to need everyone to make me a cool test at -20.
Not cool.
Mary's rolled a 5 out of 45.
Okay. Seamus?
35 out of 29.
Okay. And Bragdine?
Let me see here. You said -20?
-20.
I rolled a 41 out of 32.
Okay. Now, Bragdine and Seamus, you can choose to just pass this test by using a fortune point, if you like.
Sure, I haven't used any yet.
Okay. Seamus passes. How about Bragdine?
Yeah, I'll use my last fortune point.
Okay. All right. So you both pass. Whatever fear may have overtaken you does not take hold. But some of the dwarves look quite scared, despite their stature and demeanor. They are acting like masters of the tunnel, but the sweat on their brow and the shake in their hands says otherwise. Cleric himself looks strong and sturdy, but he looks a little more concerned as he's looking farther ahead. Coral. Coral. He keeps moving further in. Coral. And the three of you, I mean, this tunnel is tight, but you can each see over the tops of most of these dwarves, except for maybe Bragdine. He's close to the same height, so you would still have a little bit better vantage point than most. Regardless, you see over them, and you can see that Cleric is approaching a figure further ahead in the tunnel. He moves up to it and he touches it. And as he does, he kind of recoils away. Are the three of you going to approach?
Mary's would be, yeah.
Okay, Marius, you kind of begin to approach. So a bunch of the other dwarves just kind of stop where they're at, kind of confused. Marius, you get closer, and as you get closer, you notice that it looks like it's wearing a cloak. There's a crossbow on its back, but there's something strange looking about it. And as you get closer and closer, you notice that Cleric is now he's kind of glancing all around in different directions. And you notice that this figure is, it's not a figure, it's a statue. It's rock, it's stone. You approach it, and you're not exactly sure what the hell the problem is. It's just a statue. Then you go around to the front. It's got a beard. Looks like a dwarf. The armor looks identical to Coral's. If you didn't know any better, you would say this statue was carved in the exact likeness of Coral, the ranger. It's baffling.
Kind of looking at Cleric to see what he's doing. He's still glancing around, I guess.
He's nervously glancing around. We gotta move, boys. Quick. Come.
I guess we follow him. Yeah.
Okay. How about, I'm assuming the rest of you are quickly moving with them?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Fall a few steps behind Marius.
Oh, yes, of course. So, you begin moving quicker this time down the path that now Cleric is leading, as the other arranger did not return either, and they did not go looking for him. After another 20-30 minutes, you come across a few more statues. They look like goblins. Strange why somebody would carve statues of goblins.
Would Marius have any inclination about what these things are?
Nope. No idea. No. None of you would.
Okay. Not even stories from Thordoom?
You know what? Go ahead and give me a... Oh, man, what would I call this? Do you have any history?
That lore, I do have lore geology. That's the only lore I have.
You know what? That actually
they are
takes...
stone, I guess.
That will actually... They're made of stone. Go ahead and give me your geology roll.
Geology roll? Here we go.
Damn right, it came up.
I don't think it's going to be very good. It's good. 86 out of 37.
86 out of 37. So, Marius, you don't. You don't. You're nothing's connected.
Damn good statues.
I mean, it's ridiculously how detailed these statues are. It's a little unnerving, in fact.
But that's all I know.
But that's it. That's all you know.
I don't connect any dots.
Nope.
Thordoom stories. Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
Apparently not.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. So you keep on, and unfortunately, due to past events, the dwarves are not in a talkative mood with the three of you. So, so they're moving at a quick pace, and I'm gonna need everybody to give me endurance tests.
All right.
So it's got 36 out of 67.
All right. How about Brigadine?
Oh, 96.
Yes.
Out of...
Yes. Yeah,
50.
you don't even need to say it. It's fine. How about how about Marius?
21 out of 65.
Okay. Brigadine, this quickened pace is taking a toll on your body. You have 1 point of exhaustion. One fatigued condition takes place. He's starting to breathe a little heavier, but still keeping up with you. And it's at this point that Cleric begins kind of wide-eyed, just looking around as the drums are getting louder now. It should be here. It should be here. And he's looking at just a flat stone junction, like a T, where this is dead-ended into a T section. And he's putting his hands on it. He's glancing back and forth. This way, this way. And he's moving down the left path.
So we're following.
Okay, we're all just following.
Unless I see something that can, if he's looking for some kind of door, you know, I try to be looking for it too. But yeah,
yeah. Go ahead and give me.
Otherwise,
give me intuition.
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
89 out of 40.
89 out of 40. So you all you know is you need to stay with Cleric. He knows his way through these tunnels.
Yep.
Surely he's going to find your way out of here. And you follow closely behind Cleric. And you turn the corner, and then Cleric stops about 30, 40 feet down this side tunnel that you're in. And kind of holds his hand back towards the lot of you. Shh. You hear him whisper. And then you start hearing boom, boom, boom. And then you start hearing snarls and growls. And then bursting out of the darkness ahead, you see at least 5 or 6 massive pink creatures with mouths all too wide. They look like balls with teeth on 2 little spindly legs that are bouncing up and down, with a huge tongue dribbling across the floor, and these giant yellow eyes. And atop them are several goblins in interesting garb, and have strange totems about their heads, and they have rings that have been driven on spikes into the tops of these creatures, and they're holding on for dear life as these things bounce down the tunnel towards you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy. Let's fight some gobbos and some squigs, bro.
I know, I was like, this sounds like some squigs. Alright, initiative.
I rolled a 9.
All right. Seamus, how about Bragdine?
12.
And Marius?
14.
Oh, okay. Marius. And Bragdine. All right. Let me make sure I have all this written down. Whew. Man, this is going to be rough, guys. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, no. Oh. How many did you say there were? 5?
There are 5. 5 of these pink creatures with riders.
I'll take them over whatever I think that other thing was. So
Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right. So, top of the round. We start off with Marius Wolf, actually. Now, you are in tight quarters. There's not a lot of wiggle room here. And these colossal pink creatures are bouncing down the hallways towards you. Their skin is slick and toad-like, and they look disgusting. And you've never seen abominations like this ever before. What would you like to do, Marius? as Cleric and the
How
rest
far are they
begin
from-
immediately getting their weapons ready.
How far away are they from me?
Okay, you're looking at least from this distance, you're looking at about 70 to 80 feet.
All right. And it's tight corridors, you said?
It's tight. It's tight.
All right. I'm going to run up and try to throw an axe at one of them.
Okay. All right. You move to the front. I'm saying it'll probably only cost you about maybe 5 feet because you guys are also all in a tight bundle right now. And you unholster one of your throwing axes. Go ahead and make me a ranged attack.
That's a 17 out of 33.
Oof, okay. What's the damage on that?
Throwing axe. It's my strength, or that's my range. Range is strength bonus times 2. Damage is strength bonus plus 3. It has the hacking quality.
Okay.
So strength bonus is 6, so 9 damage.
9? Okay.
Plus the success, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
so 10 total.
10 total, yeah.
All right.
Yep, 10 total damage plus hacking.
Yeah.
If that doesn't
Hacking is just for armor, right? I don't remember.
I think so. I think it damages armor.
Yeah, actually damages armor. Okay. All
Yep.
right. So what happens is, let's see here. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay. Yeah, pretty hurt. Yeah, you toss the axe and you hit the one that's furthest in the lead, at least currently. You take it right in its bulbous form. It's hard to tell what is what. It's just this giant mouth crunching up and down, slathering. I will say the creature's about the size of like a very, very large, like probably about as big as a dwarf. Let's put it like that. It's about that big.
Okay.
It's massive. It's not a large creature, but it's not small either. It's probably about 4 or 5 feet tall, and then you've got a goblin riding on top of it, and they're really holding on, trying not to bash their head on the ceiling from all the gyrating of these squigs. But you take the one in the lead, and the axe hacks in deep and actually sticks into it as it flinches away. But they're all still coming. Would you like to do anything else?
I just kind of grip my pick, getting ready for the charge,
Okay. You unsling the pick at this point and plant your feet.
Yeah.
That brings us to Seamus.
Mr. Beno?
Oh, were you? Did I mix them up?
Well,
I think
Yeah.
probably. Out of 9.
Okay, no, I mixed them up. My fault. Bragadine, it's your turn.
all right. So, Cleric is getting ready.
The rest of the
I'm
dwarves
gonna-
are
where the dwarf-
preparing themselves. They are in, but you're in the
Are
back,
they-
so they're preparing themselves.
I'm
They're
going
in
to move
between
up
you
right
and
next to
and-
Cleric
Okay.
and have my sword drawn and my shield at the ready, standing right up next to him, shoulder to shoulder, as much as he lets me, to show that I'm ready to hold the line with him.
Okay. All right.
And as I do this, I kiss the hilt of my sword and say, "By the lady, we shall slay these foes."
Yes. Yes, I love it. Okay. All right. You know what? Go and give me a leadership role, Bragadine.
Ooh. I rolled 7 out of 50. Out of 70. 7 out of 70.
Out of 70?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that with your exhaustion?
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
do have
rolled
one
7 out of 60.
Out of 60.
I rolled 7
Okay.
out of 60.
Still, that's still really good. So I'll give you some momentum for this. You'll get 1 point of momentum.
Oh,
And
wow.
and as he says this, you see a emboldening in the Dawi around you, seeing your act of valor almost strengthening their resolves as they begin to stand up a little bit straighter. They can't be outdone by a feeble manling, after all. And I will take that into account as to what's about to happen. All right. Is that the end of your turn, Bragadine?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bragadine ends his turn. And in so doing, it is now the Squig's turns. And the riders attached to them. So they begin barreling forward. Unfortunately, Bragadine and Marius and Cleric are all in the front row here. So they can't all get to you at once, but they are going to attempt to jump and bite over each other to get to you. The first one is going to attempt to swallow Marius. So I need you to defend yourself, Marius.
Oh boy. Can I use my weapon?
You can. You can.
Okay. That's a 20 out of 80.
Okay, so you bring your pick up, and as the thing lunges towards you, you bat the mouth aside. In
That's
so
a crit,
doing,
too.
are we doing that on defenses? Damn it!
That's what you said.
I know.
There was a
Damn it.
precedent.
I know there is. Yes, there is, unfortunately. Well, this is the one that was wounded anyway, so it's not going to matter. You won't have to roll for it. You just immediately, as it charges in, mouth agape, you bring the pick overhead straight in between its eyes, and it squeals out and immediately stops. And as it does, the goblin that was riding it and flies over the top of you into the fray of the dwarves.
Oh no.
Let's see here. Nope. He lands on top of one of the dwarves, and they stumble, and you lose track of them, Marius. But Seamus, you see as this goblin tackles one of the dwarven guards in front of you, and as the dwarf falls to the ground, his sack that he was carrying spills open, and a ridiculous amount of gold coins is just smattered across the bottom of this tunnel. And this goblin is now on top of the dwarf. Yep, and begins stabbing him in the throat.
No!
And repeatedly stabbing into him. And the dwarf's trying to fight him off. So that happened.
Oh no.
The next Squig is going to charge Mr. Pinot. Need you to defend yourself.
Oh. Shit. All right. I got an 86 out of 77.
All right. Luckily for you, I rolled really bad. So you feebly put your shield up after you just emboldened yourself as this hideous creature comes bouncing towards you. And the way it moves and bounces is unnerving. And you bring the shield up, and as you do, you stumble back a bit. And as you stumble back, the teeth grate against the shield. And just like claws against metal. And you... And technically, you get a point of momentum, even though you failed. So there's
The lady blesses me again.
You are blessed. However, the rider is going to attempt to cleave your head off now. So I need you to defend yourself, and he has advantage on this.
Oh, he better, because I just rolled 21 out of 87.
Okay. Oh no,
That's 6 levels of success.
Yeah, they have shit. Yeah, the little goblos aren't doing too hot. And then here's the funny thing. This goblin, first off, the attire of these goblins is like really disgusting, like smattered. They look like robes almost, that are tied together with just like pieces of string. But the weapon in his hand is like an oversized cleaver that would be big in your hands, Bragadine. This thing is huge in this little goblin's hands. And as he lashes down towards you, it easily plinks off of your shield. And he's looks a little scared, but that's about all that they can do. The next one, however, is going to attempt to charge up next to Cleric. And as it bites towards him, Cleric easily moved to the side. And Cleric's got a big-ass hammer in his hand right now. And actually, as it moves to bite him, its teeth sink into the wall of the tunnel and fasten. And they almost lock in place like a dog, and it's stuck because I rolled a critical fail. So, oh my god! And then the goblin, trying to free its rider, makes a swing towards Cleric, and also, not only does he fail, Cleric brings the hammer on the top of the goblin's head, and it explodes like a ripe melon. And all right. And then the body just crumbles to the ground. As he does, a couple of the other goblins in the back flinch back a little bit as goblin blood splatters across them. Alright, and that is it for them. The other two aren't going to be able to get past the bodies yet. Maybe next turn they will, as there is just too much in the way. This is too tight of a tunnel. But we are now to your turn, Seamus.
So what's the situation now?
There is a goblin attempting to stab to death a dwarf right in front of you, and he's doing a pretty good job. And then further ahead, you have the Squig Massacre.
I know that one was still doing its thing. How close is that one stabbing the dwarf?
Oh, he's within 5 feet of you.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just plot a pistol and like shoot him in the head.
Okay, go ahead and give me that ballistic roll.
Yeah.
It's gonna be ridiculous, I'm sure.
I know.
I rolled a 4 out of,
Jesus.
if it matters, a 66.
Okay.
Oh god.
How much damage is that? I mean, I think it's gonna be more than enough.
That is going to be 9 plus 6, so 15.
Okay. So here's what happens, Seamus. You quickly draw the black powder pistol and then aim it at the goblin. You thrum the hammer back, and as you do, the goblin's gleefully stabbing this dwarf, and it's flailing around. His beard is slick with blood, and you hear the click of the pistol, and he goes, "Huh?" and looks up at you just in time for boom, and just the top of his head explodes off the back, leaving the mouth just dangling there, mid-chuckle almost, and just a disintegration of matter. In doing so, you also discharge a very loud weapon in a tunnel. I need everybody to make me endurance checks, please.
Oh, let's see. Oh. Marish rolled a 58 out of 65.
Oh, that's lucky for you. How about Seamus?
Oh, I got a 25 out of 67.
Okay,
endurance.
and yeah, it's fine. Bragadine?
54 out of 52.
Okay. Bragadine, the loud boom behind you, and you are deafened. So you have a deafened condition. You are hard of hearing right now. The rest of you, I mean, you're used to black powder weapons, specifically Seamus, and you managed to easily not succumb to its effects. However, the dwarf that was on the ground is holding his ears. He's like, ah, and like a silent scream almost. The other dwarves around you are beginning to, a few of them are also kind of holding their ears, not expecting a weapon to be discharged this close in quarters, but it happened. Would you like to do anything else, Seamus?
Is it possible to use a free action, or I guess a free action to either do like a heal or a perception on that dwarf?
No, it'd be more of an action to do like a heal. He's not dead. You can tell he's moving.
Okay. Yeah, I still need like bandages or something. But
yeah.
Other than that, if I can reload that pistol, otherwise my turn is over.
No, you'll have to black powder, or you're gonna have to re-roll. You have to reload manually as an action if you want to reload it. You still have 3 more pistols though, plus your thunderer.
That ends my turn then.
Okay. So that brings us to, at the top of a round, Mr. Wolf. As another squigs, you see more squigs behind the corpse of the one you just laid low. And you do see Bragadine facing down a goblin and a squig. It looks like Cleric has taken care of his own. And you did just hear the loud blast of the black powder weapon that you know to be Seamus's favorite style of killing from behind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So is Bragadine's squig to my right or close to me?
Yes, it's going to be to your right, and yes, it is within melee. Everything is very close right now.
I guess if that's the closest thing towards melee, I would just kind of swing out towards that.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack. It's going to try to dodge.
All right. That's a 32 out of 90.
How much damage is that, Marius?
That would be... $17 points of damage.
Yep. You lash out with the pick and you boom, and you take it kind of above its right haunch, where like the leg, the spindly leg meets the giant ball, and you hear scream out as you pierce something extremely vital, and this kind of purplish blood shoots out and across the pick, smattering you with squig remnants as the thing slumps dead to the side. In doing so, dislodges the rider. Bragadine, I need you to make me a dodge roll.
Oh, dodge. Uh-oh. Oh, I lucked out. 13. 13 out of 33.
This this goblin, as the squig is falling to the side, goes, hey! Kill! And he lunges down towards you, Bragadine, but you, just move the shield and your body to the side as this small form, and then hits face first into the dirt and is prone at your feet. Would you like to do anything else, Marius?
Probably just look at the surrounding area. Does it look like the squigs are going to be able to push through the dead squig in front of me?
Soon, yes. It looks like the one of them has grabbed a hold of the tail, and it looks like he's in the process of eating the other squig. Wow. His mouth distends almost like a damn snake and is like gulping down the thing whole. It's horrifying to look at, in fact. But yes, soon they will be passed.
Probably just look at the goblins and Come on, lads. We've got work to do. And I just keep on, like, kind of twirl my pick a little bit.
Of course. Yes.
Staring down the goblins and the squigs.
Terrifying. Terrifying. The squigs are mindless beasts, from what you can tell. And it appears to have no effect. But the gobos riding them, they don't look too good. They look pretty terrifying. This was not going the way it was planned. So yeah, that ends your turn. That brings us to Monsieur Benoit. There is a prone goblin at your feet who looks up at you. And so you can make an attack at plus 20 because he's prone.
All right, now I rolled a 88, but let me see. So we've got 3 levels of momentum plus 20, so that's 50. 87, but then my melee basics. So I rolled I beat it. I rolled 88 under, I think it's 97.
Unfortunately, Brandon.
No, it's an 88 under 107.
Okay, well, in that case, even with your exhaustion, you still managed to get this critical hit off. Oh, yeah. Thank God. All right.
It was close.
It was close. It was real close. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was.
How much damage do you do? That's important.
Okay.
Right now.
Without counting success, it would be 8 wounds.
8 wounds. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Okay. 64.
64. Okay, roll me one more.
25.
25 or 45?
25.
25. Okay. Jesus. Let me see. He's not going to make it. Nope. Okay, Bragadine, you see this goblin goes, hey, and looks up, and it flips over looking at you. And you, instead of stabbing it with the actual blade, this creature's not worthy of its blood slicking your blade. And instead, you take the pommel of the sword and you... And as you crunch down, you hit it right where its dick should be. If it had a dick. It might have a dick. You don't know. But you see, as you hit it down, it goes... And then its eyes bulge out, and it's the proud owner of 3 stun conditions, as it's just like... on the floor next to you, unable to do anything. Still technically alive. It looks like you almost killed it with a nut shot, but not quite. So, would you like to do anything else, Bragadine?
I'm probably just going to get ready. I still have my shield up in case another attack comes from somewhere else.
All right.
But I'm about ready to kill this guy.
Okay. Yeah. You put your shield up, and as you do, you see Cleric, whose turn is technically next, looks over and immediately, Groby filth, and brings the hammer down on its chest, kills it, finishes it off real quick.
Thank you, Master Dwarf.
Aye, manling. And looks like there's some camaraderie beginning to happen here. And he stands up next to you once again, Bragadine. And it's at this point that, Seamus, you see some of the dwarfs, 2 of them, in fact, have unslung and have loaded heavy crossbows and down the line. Oh, yeah. Yeah. One of them actually goes wide, somehow, even in this close quarters. But the other one takes a rider full in the chest and pins him to the wall behind it. Just he doesn't even have a chance to say anything. Definitely dead. So we are down to 2 squigs and 1 rider out of what was coming towards you. And it's your turn, Seamus.
So the guy in front of me doesn't look like he's gonna die. He'll probably live.
He looks wounded, but he pushes the corpse of the goblin off of him. And he gives you just kind of a little bit of a nod.
All right. Well, then I will pull out pistol number 2 and shoot something else.
Okay.
Whatever's closest.
Are you going for a rider, or are you going for two? There's 2 squigs left, or there's a rider.
If I don't take any penalties for a rider, then I'll aim for a rider.
Okay. No, you actually do take a -20 to hit a rider that's riding on top of a mount.
I'll shoot a squig then.
Oh, you know what? Hold on one second. I think that's only for melee. Let me make sure. Man, yeah, mounted combat gets a little funny. You know what? I'm gonna say not for this. It's not gonna matter. So it'll be a straight roll.
Straight roll. All right. Then just whatever one's closest.
All right. There's only 1 rider left, so yeah.
All right. That will be a 30 out of 76.
Okay. Is it more than 11 damage?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you once again draw a second pistol this time, and boom. And with a 30, you actually disintegrate the creature's right arm. It takes it up at the top shoulder, and the small creature's just, no! And blackish blood begins, like, spurting out of the wound as the thing, and then falls forward, and as it does, its mount opens up its maw and swallows the creature whole.
Nice.
Would you like to do anything else, Seamus?
Nope. That will be it for me.
Okay. The 2 remaining squigs, which are mindless beasts at this point, the first one finally finishes swallowing the squig in front of it. And you don't even know how it fit inside Marius as it does. But it finishes, and then it bounces towards you. And as it bounces, it's going to attempt to literally bite your head off. So go ahead and defend yourself, sir.
All right. That is going to be a 12 out of 100.
Okay, you once again bat it to the side, but this thing apparently has been driven into a frenzy because it just ate something. So it is going to take another attack at you. Go ahead and defend yourself.
Alright. Well, this would be a 100 out of 100.
You kidding me?
Oh, no.
No. I guess it's a success, critical success.
Yeah, here's the thing. I also rolled a critical hit, but
Oh.
I always give it to you guys, and when I cancel them out.
Jungle Dick.
So it doesn't count as a critical for doing damage, but you do manage to block what was going to be a possibly deadly hit. This giant gaping maw, you manage to get your pick up and shut the mouth, and then use your considerable strength to keep this large creature from pummeling on top of you as you push it back. And that's the end of its turn. However, the next one is going to try to kill Bragandine. So I need you to defend yourself, Bragandine.
48 out of 117.
Okay, you once again defend yourself against that one, but this one is also in a frenzy since it just ate another creature. So I need you to defend yourself one more time, Bragandine.
All right. 44 out of 117 out of 127.
Okay.
44.
All right. Total damage, Bragandine.
Okay, so strength of 4 plus 4 on the sword.
Yeah, that's
well, not
8.
am I using the sword then? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's 8. And then is that 8 levels of success?
I will say this. If we're doing critical hits with you, you're going to have to take 20. You're going to have to take 2 success levels off because you're not using your shield.
6.
So yeah, so 6 levels
Okay.
of success.
Okay. Oh, you're right. You're right. Thank you. So
Yeah,
6
so-
levels of success, critical hit.
plus 6 plus 8.
That's 14.
14. Let me make sure. Bragadine, how would you like to do this?
All right. So,
Oh, yeah.
since how far up, how tall is it compared to me?
It's technically shorter than you, but not by much. It's about.
Okay. So
it's probably like 4'8", 4'9", standing.
Oh, I got this. All right.
Yeah, it's huge.
So as he lunges to attack me, I push forward, use my shield to basically block his jaws, and lunge forward with the sword and pierce its brain from the inside of its mouth.
Okay, easily done as you drive the sword. I mean, it's a huge mouth, and the teeth actually grate against the shield as it opens up, and it just gives you just enough leverage to quickly plunge the sword in. And as you do it, but also due to this fact, I need you to give me a strength check, Bragadine.
Oh no! Can I use the momentum?
No, you cannot.
Because I rolled a 98.
Yes, Bragadine.
32.
Bragadine, you very, very cool. Kill this last remaining creature, this squig coming at you. Drive the sword up to the hilt, and as you do, you realize this thing is in motion, and you as it bowls you over, and you actually slip into its maw for a moment as it was outstretched and going to eat you. But it doesn't clamp down and begin to digest you because you just killed it. However, you are covered in disgusting remnants of a half-eaten goblin, and God knows what else is inside this creature that is just smattered across you. As you and you're stuck inside of it because you rolled a 98 and you can't get out right now. But yeah. You hear Bragadine calling out from inside the squig.
Fitting result.
And combat is over as you guys easily destroyed
still
my
in front of
creatures.
me.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's still a squig in front of you. All right, did we already had Seamus's turn.
Unless you want it dead, bro.
I mean,
We have Seamus? No, Seamus hasn't gone yet.
okay, no, Seamus,
That
it's
was
your turn
Dragon's
then.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep, Seamus, it is now
Alright,
your
then.
turn.
I guess I will shoot the last squid.
Okay, go ahead and give me a shot.
Ooh, yeah, that's a 69 out of... How many success levels do I have now?
Really? Ooh, yeah, on
86.
that. God damn it.
Give him a crit on that one, bro.
How much damage is that?
That was not as much. It's only 11, I believe.
Okay, it's not. It's a grievous wound. Don't get me wrong, but it's not quite enough to do anything. It's not enough to put it down in one shot. You boom, and the thing staggers to the side. And for brevity's sake, Marius is going to kill it on his next turn. So I'm just going to say Marius kills it. Puts the head of his pick through its skull, and it dies. And then combat is now officially over. And then you hear Bragadine mumbling from inside the squig. His feet are kicking outside of the mouth.
I guess I'll try to pull him out or push it over, whichever is easiest to get him out of there.
The thing's huge, but yeah, you kind of you push it over. It easily weighs a few hundred pounds, probably more. You're probably looking at like 400 pounds. It's just a massive creature for its size. It's very girthy, and you push it over, and then half of a nasty goblin spills out, and then Bragadine, covered in saliva and guts, just
Stand up though as soon as I can.
stand up. And
I am gonna walk over to cleric, and I'm going to extend my hand, look him in the eye, and say, "We took an oath to protect and to fight for you. We stick to our oaths."
And the cleric takes your hand, Bragadine. "Hi, manling. That you do." And he looks around. "Get that man up!" Or get that dwarf up, I guess I should have said. Regardless, one of the other dwarves goes to the wounded dwarf and kind of picks him up, puts him over, kind of gives him that soldier carry, the one arm over the neck, and is, "We gotta move, quick, there'll be more!" And begins moving past the squig bodies. Unless you're going to say anything else.
Does he pick up his gold sack?
No, he does not actually. I will say,
I'm picking up my axe.
Yes. You pry your axe out of one of the dead squigs.
Yeah, put it back.
Okay.
Cleric, do you want me to get that sack for you?
Sack, and then he realizes what's happened. Blast it! You, because Seamus is technically the closest one to the sack. Grab that.
I will pick it up.
Okay. Do you scoop all the
Maris,
coins
would
in?
you help me get my sword back? Hurry.
Yeah, I had to scoop up whatever I could.
You scoop up
in a quick time.
Yeah, as quickly as you can. You begin scooping coins into the sack and heave it. It's heavy, but you heave it over your shoulder. Marius easily able to pull the sword out of the squig's brain. It's very small brain, I might add. I don't know how Bragadine hit it so easily, but he did somehow.
So
Must have been an act of fate, but yeah.
The lady blesses.
The lady blessed, and you managed to pull the sword free. And Cleric is ushering all of you past the corpses further down this hallway. I'm assuming we're all moving that way.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
If I can try to patch up that dwarf, I might try to patch up the dwarf.
Okay.
But-
You're moving at a quick pace, so I'll let you do a
Okay.
check,
Then
but
never
it'll be at disadvantage.
How much disadvantage?
It'll be technically a hard test, so it'll be at a -20.
It's probably better for him just to stay where he is.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. You wouldn't want to open up an artery or something by accident.
I don't want to kill him.
Yeah. So you're moving quickly. Some time passes, and you're hearing, yes, this way. No, boss. The boss says it's over here. And you these little squeaky voices echoing around you guys, and then you hear, no, fool meat, this way. Something sounds strange about the voice, but you begin moving as quickly as you can, and we have entered into a skill challenge, boys. A skill challenge to escape the tunnel that you are in right now. So, first up, this one's going to be a little bit different. So, the first challenge is an athletics test from everyone.
Oh boy.
Sure wish I had those fortune points now.
Marius is going to have to use his fortune point.
Oh, so close.
Marius rolled a 6 out of 36.
6, okay. And Bragadine?
Oh, we rolled a 35, but it's out of 33.
Yes, it is. And Seamus?
15 out of 46.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I rolled out of 23, so that's actually 2 levels of failure.
Yes.
I forgot my fatigued.
So you begin running, and perhaps it's your exhaustion, Bragadine, but you just are not keeping up. And some of the dwarves that are usually slow on their feet are having to actually slow down to kind of keep pace with you. It's at this point that the tunnels are beginning to splinter off into even more directions than they were before. This is becoming some almost like a honeycomb of just tunnels and earth and voices shouting and screaming around you. And you're having to slow down for Bragadine unless you choose not to. But I'm assuming you do. At least I hope you do.
Marius, please, can you help me? I'm
You
going
can
to fall
assume
behind.
Marius slows down for him.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure Seamus
He has a noble heart.
Seamus is he's just going with it. If anything, Seamus is now taking the lead. But yes. And you're hearing the drums around you. I now need dodge tests from everyone.
Oh my god.
Where is my dog?
It is the same stat. So,
Oh, shit.
all right.
He's gonna use another fortune.
Oh! I rolled a 22 under 23.
Very good, Bragadine. How about Marius Wolf?
Oh man.
Marius Wolf rolled a 35 out of 41.
Okay, and Seamus?
6 out of 37.
Oh my god, I can't believe all of you passed
wow.
that. And then on top of that,
Me
Bragadine
neither.
got a critical success. Okay, so you had to slow down slightly, but you start hearing, Here, full meat here! Man things this way! And you hear, and then you hear, oh, they're right here, right there! And you hear the many small feet from multiple directions as goblins are converging on your location. And it looks like shoddy bows are being shot in your direction. The arrows are plinking off of the tunnels around you and barely miss Marius Wolf and Seamus. Both of them dodging off the side. Meanwhile, somehow, as fate would have it, Bragadine has slung his shield over his back, and arrows are just plinking off of the shield. Just at least 5 or 6 of them clinking off the back of his shield, and in doing so, are giving him just a little bit more incentive to quicken his pace, and he makes up any speed that he may have lost in his previous test.
Oh.
And now, for the final test, my friends, as I've got a feeling that you are going to pass it. You are apparently being herded by said goblins. And you realize it almost too late, Seamus, as you're the one in the lead. As you see that the tunnel that you're coming upon doesn't have a floor. It is just an open pit. So, Seamus, you're the first one up. The pit is 10 feet in length and goes from wall to wall. You don't know what's in the bottom of said pit.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to cross, or are you going to stand and fight?
Well, I have the strong legs talent, so
Indeed you do.
jumping
Are you going to jump it?
a specialty of mine.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't really see another way besides, fighting a horde of whatever's coming at us.
Okay. All right. So you're going to, and Seamus is the first one to get to this pit, and you take a glance back, Seamus, seeing everyone, and they're starting to catch up to you. And then you glance back towards the pit, and then you get a couple running steps. Go ahead and give me an athletics test, and because of your strong legs, it'll give you a plus 30 on this.
Oh shit! I crushed it then.
Okay.
That is a 25 with the plus 30. It is a 76.
76. Easily, you launch yourself over this pit. I mean, 10 feet isn't a ridiculous pit, but for these goblins, that was a huge pit. So you easily jump clear it on the other side, almost like an Olympic athlete. Slide onto the ground on the other side, coming to a stop. Or do you come to a stop? Do you just continue running?
I'd come to a stop.
Okay, come to a stop and glance back. Just in time for, it looks like Marius Wolf is the next one up.
What are the dwarves doing? Are they jumping?
The dwarves are they're behind you.
Okay. I guess I'll jump. I guess if I think. I mean, how many do I see? How many are behind us?
You cannot see. You hear numerous feet. You're not sure how many.
Numerous. Okay.
Many different voices.
And this is like just a singular tunnel, right? Like
it's a there's other honeycombs off, but this is the one that it looks like Seamus took.
Okay. I didn't know if all right. I will guess I'll jump.
Give me that athletics test, Marius.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Oh God, so close. 33 out of 36.
That is extremely close. As you very timidly stop for a second and think to yourself, how the hell are these dwarves going to get over there? But in the moment, you can't help them over here. You need to get across so you can try to help them from over there. At least that's your thought pattern. So you and you almost don't make it. Your foot catches the edge and you and you start to kind of reel back for a moment into the pit. But you manage to right yourself.
Success.
It is, and that's what I'm getting at. It is, you manage to right yourself and stumble forward. And in doing so, you notice, Marius, as you glance down into the pit, that it only goes down about maybe 15 feet down to the pit, as your eyes are accustomed. But there's something writhing in the bottom of said pit. You're not sure what it is. There's some kind of forms writhing around. God knows what it is. And it looks like there are skeletons and very different types of corpses writhing around with whatever's down there. But you easily make it across at that point. Spin around.
Okay.
And Monsieur Bonneau is the next up due to his previous critical success.
How close are the dwarves behind me?
Okay, the dwarves are right on your tail, Bragadine.
Master Dwarf, how do we get across this? Surely I cannot jump this.
And you guys are running, and you've just seen Seamus and Marius jump it. Jump, manling, jump!
All right. Okay, Bragadine's gonna jump.
Okay, make me a jump. Make me an athletics.
Oh man, is there? How do the walls look? Is there any way I might be able to just climb the wall around it?
Okay, so, I mean, the walls are rough. You could attempt it. It's going to take time, though.
I'll jump.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics test. Let's see how you do. Just don't get a critical fail. Please get a critical fail.
Oh, I didn't get a critical fail, but I sure did fail it.
By how much?
6 levels of failure.
How many?
6 levels.
Oh.
I got 85 out of 23.
Oh, Bragadine. You, and in that moment, you stumble a little bit, but you manage to launch yourself across, except for Seamus and Marius. You glance back and you see as Bragadine's small little legs jump out. It's almost like a little dog trying to jump up on a couch, and he just falls short about 2 feet.
Oh.
And he's in.
Can I reach out and grab him?
I'm giving you this opportunity.
Please.
I need you to reach out and attempt to grab him.
Sigmar, help me.
This is a melee attack.
Okay.
It's going to be a melee
weapon skill?
attack. It's going to be your
Or
weapon
can I
skill.
use
I
my-
will give you your unarmed because you are proficient with that kind of stuff.
Ooh, yeah, thanks. Alright. Shit, that's 33 out of 61. Okay.
Yes.
Easily, you reach out as far as you can and snag a hold of Bragadine's arm, and as you grab a hold of him, you're strong enough to hold him up easily, and he smacks into the wall, and as he does, a stone comes loose and tumbles in, and as it tumbles in, these writhing tentacle shapes begin to raise up out of the pit and caress the wall nearby. And it looks like there's large suckers on the tentacles, and they begin slurping at the stone underneath Bragadine's feet, looking for a meal that has not been delivered.
Oh,
And you manage to pull him up.
Thank you.
You manage to pull him up. You pull him up. And it's at this point the dwarves' cleric goes, well, I guess this is it. And the cleric leaps across. And as he does, one of the slimy tentacles wraps around him, and you hear him as he's pulled down into the pit.
Can I
You
grab
just
him?
hear slurping and mashing noises.
Oh no, is it like a
grab
Starlight pit?
and as that happens, the other dwarves skid to a halt, looking back and forth at the encroaching goblin horde, I might add.
Question. DM
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Is cleric dead right now? Like, I'm assuming he's dead, right?
I will let you use your imagination on this. Yes,
Oh.
he's currently screaming. So he's not
Alright.
dead yet.
I wanna take one of my grenades
Okay.
and throw it down that pit.
Okay. I will do this as a kindness to you. Are you going to do that now, or are you going to wait to see if the dwarves are going to try to jump across?
Well, I'll go wait till they.
Okay.
jump across, I
All right.
guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Just to make sure nothing else happens.
Wait, if his
Okay.
grenade is out in his hand, I'm going to say, Marius, no. This monster, it might keep the goblins from chasing us.
All right. Well, whatever. I'm waiting for the dwarves.
Yes. Anyways.
Just get finished munching good old cleric there.
Yeah, exactly. One of the one of the dwarven guards. The other one. This is the one that has the golden pouch. You see like a look of of hopelessness overcome his eyes as he looks down towards the pit, and then he looks at the bag in his hands. The very heavy bag full of what you know to be gold coins. And he decides he's going to attempt to jump, still holding the bag, because he's greedy. And he's not going to let it go. And he... And he gets about 2 feet, and he just plummets like a rock into the pit. Doesn't jump far enough. He goes,
This is the
as he falls down
God damn it!
into the pit.
I should have stayed.
He only, I mean, about 2 feet. And there's no way you could have reached him. He barely moves. The next dwarf, there's still a handful of dwarves left. The next one is actually one of the only, I think he's the only remaining ranger. He's the last one because the other ones didn't return. Yeah. The last ranger. Well, he glances around and he looses a bolt into the crowd and glances over at you. Not like this. And he runs and he's going to attempt to jump because he is not going down to the goblin horde. And you see his stumbly little legs launch out over the chasm. And he reaches out towards you, Marius. You see the look in his eye, the pleading look. You reach out towards him. You reach out. And your hands grasp.
Yeah.
And you pull him quickly to safety. But before he gets completely over, one of the tentacles lances onto his leg, Marius. I need you to make a strength check.
All right. That's going to be a 26 out of 60.
You pull, and as you do the tentacle, you hear the ranger as the meat is pulled from his leg, but you do pull him free of the tentacle. However, the sucker was latched onto it, and you pull him free, and there's just blood and a mangled mess below his left knee. And that's where we're going to finish tonight's episode of Rise of the Forsaken.
Oh. Did that bag of gold manage to fly over on our side too?
No, it did not. But
okay.
But I do believe Seamus McCready has a large bag of gold on him, so you at least got one of them. So yeah. That was man, hell of a finish, boys. Hell of a finish.
All right,
I don't like when,
all right, Jumbo. I got
I don't
quick
like when
question
dwarves
here.
die.
Yes.
So, if Marius had not grabbed me,
Yes.
new character.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh man, I don't want to know the answer. Honestly,
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I really feel like that was the closest to true oblivion, right there. Wow.
Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Who knows what's down there? Who knows?
Something terrible.
It has tentacles, though, so I know what it is. Regardless, yeah, so that has been Rise of the Forsaken. Sorry to leave it on such a high note, but yeah. So, favorite moments of the night, boys? Favorite moments of the night?
Oh. That was Bragadin getting his revenge on Seamus for breaking his bottle of Bretonnian wine.
Well, Bragadin, was it worth it, though? Was it?
Oh man. Watching Seamus walk around in his soaked bag, stinking and pissing everybody off. Giving me a chance to bromance back up with Cleric.
Oh, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. He did. It happened.
He's dead now.
He is dead now. So,
Terrible.
He fell into the infamous trap of Jumbo Thick's NPC. So I'm gonna throw his character sheet away now.
Derek,
It'll be
bro.
fine. I know. So yes, I don't know how this happens. I rolled like 2 crit fails in a row. Don't know how that happens. It happens though. So yeah. Regardless, how about Marius Wolf? Favorite moments of the night?
You know, I like I like going through the underway, you know, like imagining the vastness of it, you know, and how big it is. That's pretty cool. Like that a lot. Like the combat sesh, you know, we got some squigs, some gavos.
Some squig and some gobos.
That was pretty sweet.
Who knows what else you might fight?
I like it. I know. I will say I also did enjoy Sheamus's tantrum, and you know, knowing his want to impress dwarves and then just fuck it up so badly.
It's fantastic.
I thought it was pretty fun.
It's fantastic. It was great. I will say it's probably one of my favorite moments of the night for sure. How about Sheamus McCready? Famous moments, Sheamus.
You killing off your NPCs.
Thanks for that.
Oh,
I
that's
appreciate
hurtful,
it,
bro. Yeah.
It is hurtful. It hurts me, cuts me deep.
Right now, you know.
He's lashing out. I know that's what it is. He's lashing out. It's fine. It's fine. Regardless, though.
Yes, you know, just want to say the guy beats me with the stick while I'm on fire, and he does.
I saved you. I saved you. Put the fire
saved
out.
you with that
Racking up
stick,
a
damn
list
it.
right now.
It's fantastic.
Saved you.
Oh,
There's a
I love it.
checklist, and when
He's
Sheamus
got one
turns
too,
in
bro.
that checklist, you know, Vanilla
Go into his
will
house.
be dead.
It's fantastic. I love it so much. I love it so much. Well, I gotta say my favorite moment was the exchange I just heard now. By far. Made me super delighted. Also, per viewer request for next week, since we did make it through a considerable amount of what I had planned, actually, and then some.
Wow.
So you bypassed quite a few things. So that was very, very good on your perception checks and whatnot. Because of that, I need to know from all the viewers out there, all the fans, what is lying await immediately ahead in front of the Fellowship? Is it?
Bretonian Knights.
It is not Bretonian Knights. Is it perhaps the Thagaraki, the foul underfolk? Is it more greenskins? Perhaps the leader of this tribe? Or is it something worse?
Oh no.
The choice is yours. So, the choice is yours. Go ahead and vote down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are voting for. And you will decide the fate of our unfortunate Fellowship and their mangled ranger friend. So, we will see how this goes. Man, it has been a hell of a night. It's been a long one, guys. So we're going to wrap it up real quick. I would like to say thank you to all the fans out there, all the people watching. We love the comments. We read all the comments, so do make sure to comment. And we would like to just say thank you. So, as usual, guys, I've been Jumbo Thick. This has been Rise of the Forsaken. Hope you enjoyed it. And we are all looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good day.